Good morning. My name's Nathan Thomas. I'm in your Government 2306 Texas History class. Today I want to talk to you about my current event for Texas policy. And today I want to cover Texas policy and education. And so really one of the big ones is in 2023 when the House came to session. I want to talk to you about House Bill number 3. That is what the Texas policy that I would like to talk about. I want to give you a little background on why why House Bill number 3 is passed. So a year after 19 students and 2 teachers were killed in the Uvalde shooting at Robb Elementary, lawmakers decided, okay, enough's enough. We have got to better arm and secure our students and make sure that learning is safe. Because if not, it's not going to happen. Learning is not going to happen if they can't be safe. Parents aren't going to trust the education system to keep their students safe for 8 hours, and which is completely understandable. And so on September 1st, 2023 is when this article was published. I want to talk to you about what House Bill number 3 includes. And number one, most and foremost, we're going to talk about the fact that House Bill number 3 required it required the TEA to have more authority over school districts and their police officers. House Bill number 3 also stated that, hey, listen, each campus, each district, they're going to have their own security officer. They have to. They're going to make it a law. It's going to happen. We're going to be safe learning. It's as simple as that. So there was 3 options they had for choosing of a police officer. Number one, it could be hired through the police department of the school. So an independent school or private school or whatever school system can have their own police department. It could be hired through them. Number two, a third-party security company could be hired for security throughout the school, per district, per campus. And the last one, a licensed peace officer could be hired on from the district. That'd be from the school board, of course. But the problem is money, right? That's like everything else. Is money's the issue. Okay, we have low-income, lower schools that. Okay, for instance, you got Highland Park and you've got Edgewood and Wills Point. Money up here at Highland Park in Dallas and Melissa, and you have these great big old schools that have plenty of money, and then you have, I wouldn't say podunk, but less financially fortunate school districts that don't have the money to spend on that. Okay, and so part of the House Bill number 3 was the fact that, and I've got a few numbers right here I want to talk to you about. House Bill number 3 gave $15,000 per student, $15,000 per district per campus, and $10 per student per district per campus for security updates, okay? Which I'm all about. I completely understand it. I get it. But for $1.1 billion being set aside for security grants, every school ought to be applying for them, okay? It's a great idea for the fact that, hey, if we don't have enough money for that $15,000 and $10 per kid, guess what? You can apply for a grant. And if you get it, guess what? You're more secure. Okay? Forget the vape alarms and everything else. Okay, I get it. That's an issue, but students' lives being taken on campus from an active shooter. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sit right with me. Going to school now, I'm fortunate that September 1st, 2023, that House bill was passed, because it's helping me as a student. Oh, sorry about that. I feel that without Greg Abbott's attempt to push this and finally, get it passed, it's great for us. I don't understand that some students won't understand it and some teachers won't, but it's a lot more than you think. Lastly, I want to talk to you about is, I'm only covering part of House Bill number 3 right now and part of education. I want to make that perfectly clear. Also, training for mental health is one of those additives in House Bill number 3. Along with the security officers, teachers are now trained in mental health crisis situations. The extent of that training is, up to districts policy and up to standards. But guess what? Now they have some amount of training. If they deal with the student on a daily basis, guess what? They can hopefully de-escalate a situation if need be. And I feel like without that, we're all just sitting geese, ducks, sitting on a pond. Okay, and I hate to say that, but without some amount of assistance and resources to make sure that we're safe at school, let's just say that something is to happen, which God forbid that it does, but if something does, and nobody's there to help us or protect us, it's not going to end great at all. It's going to end terribly. And we don't want that. And the further we get in and the more time that passes, I hate to say it, the worse it gets. But on September 1st, 2023, we took a step and stance against it that said, hey, we're going to make our efforts to make something happen. And so I'm hoping that we can continue to grow, provide more funding for this effort, and push safety and security for students, not just in Texas. I get it as Texas policy, but I hope for America, all over the world, that we keep students safe and harm out of school, and hope to brighten our future. Not even that, just save lives. It's unneeded for school shootings to happen, and I'm hoping that Greg Abbott can be an influence to other governors around the country to say, hey, let's take a stance against it. Let's get some money rolling into funding for it, and let's make it happen. Thank you.